Night-cloaked Merrow'S and early shadows weaving around the blighted trees along Old Hollow Road. An unsettling hum filled the air, like a choir of whispers probing the frayed edges of reason. Thomas Blake, a modest schoolteacher, returned home later than usual, unease tightening around him with each step on the scarred pavement. Most houses glowed dimly, as though the townsfolk had collectively decided to shun the encroaching dark. Yet something felt profoundly wrong, lingering like a phantasm just outside his awareness. The evening had started, ordinary sunset clinging stubbornly to the horizon, but as he turned onto Old Hollow, a prickling sensation gripped him, an almost palpable scrutiny weighing upon his essence. Approaching home, the hum escalated, vibrating through his very bones. "Margaret!" he called, but her absence echoed back, a ghostly lament in the silence. Rushing to the living room, he discovered her journal scattered across the floor, pages torn as if someone had rifled through them in urgency. Each entry recounted her spiraling thoughts about a strange light in the woods, a pulsing beacon of sorts. Thomas dismissed it, attributing her visions to fatigue or imagination. However, as he read on, dread seeped in. Whispers of they haunted her words, urgency staining the ink in shadows that tugged at his logic. Days slipped away, leaving him haunted by Margaret's absence. In town, wearied faces whispered of a sickness spreading through hushed tones. But more disturbing was the return of that green light each night, hovering ominously beyond the trees. Every time Thomas sought the truth, reality twisted around him, colors warped, a dissonant symphony rising. His sanity unraveled. Night after tormenting night, grotesque nightmares tormented him, filled with the townsfolk's faces twisted in horror. Paranoia ensnared him, imprisoning him in fear as he felt their collective gaze measuring his worth against an absurd cosmic standard. Driven by desperation, he ventured towards the green light, cutting through thick foliage darker than the night sky. The hum intensified, resonating through his bones, urging him closer until he found himself beneath the sinister glow, frozen by the weight of knowledge that flickered just beneath reality. Then the veil shattered. Shadows materialized beyond the light, shapes both familiar and alien twisting into existence. They communicated not with words, but through thought, echoes of longing and anguish pulsed through him. He saw visions his wife merged with a form not of this world, her face a mask of terror mingled with an ecstatic kind of horror. Desperately he reached for the memory of her warmth, but found only an ancient gaze burrowing deep into his mind. The present shattered his understanding. He beheld a creature so unfathomably alien that its very form whispered truths no human should grasp. In that moment, his psyche splintered, exposing the fragility of human existence like a soap bubble vulnerable to cosmic indifference. When Thomas awoke, he found himself on the church altar, the townsfolk encircling him, their faces grotesquely stretched, grinning in anticipatory horror. They had changed, each feature unnaturally disfigured, as if reborn into an existence far removed from what they once knew. They waited, expecting him to embrace their rebirth, vessels for something immeasurable. Trapped in their collective gaze, he realized he was merely another thread in a tapestry woven by incomprehensible forces, and Margaret, she was lost among the stars, a beacon beckoning from dark silence. The green light faded, and Merrow'S end slipped into deepening shadows, forever shrouded in whispers that hinted at truths best left unspoken, echoes of the otherworldly forever haunting the edges of reality.